Hey guys, RanterInShades here, exercising my first amendment rights vlog style. Now, as you guys know, I'm not one to do video requests. I feel most of the time when someone is doing a video that a fan requests, the video just comes out generic and forced. But a few days ago, a fan of mine linked me on my fan page to an article about Aerosmith canceling their 2016 tour dates so that Steven Tyler can focus on his solo career. For those of you that don't know, Steven Tyler is working on a country solo album that he's planning to have out in 2016. The fan that sent me this article sent it with the intent of having the main focus of this video be about Steven Tyler doing country, so I might as well give my thoughts on that before I go into the article. I remember my brother showing me the lead single from this album called Love Is Your Name sometime last summer. I thought the song was decent at best, but nothing really to write home about. I thought the lyrics were weak and corny as hell too. I was like, what the fuck, Steven? You're better than this. I don't really take an issue with Steven Tyler wanting to make country music. He's an artist, and he has the creative freedom to try new things. I feel about this album kind of like how I felt about Metallica's Lulu with the late Lou Reed, in the sense that I didn't like the album, but I could tell it was made more for experimentation purposes, and doesn't leave a giant-ass stain on their career. Steven Tyler has built a major legacy with Aerosmith, and this country album he's releasing seems like it's more for him than something that's going to affect Aerosmith's legacy. The album might not be for me, as someone who is not a big country fan, but just let the man have his fun, okay? That pretty much sums up my thoughts there, but that's not the point of this video. If it were, I would have made a review of the song if I even still felt like doing reviews. I'm not gonna come on here and bitch about Steven Tyler making a country album because fuck country. That just seems too basic and doesn't really make much of a point. So if that's not the point of this video, then what is, Shades? I'm glad you asked. Let's go to the article and look at some quotes from Aerosmith's rhythm guitarist, Brad Whitford. He seems to think his solo career is going to go great guns. He doesn't seem to realize, in my opinion, his fans around the globe want to see him in the context of Aerosmith, and don't really care for whatever he thinks he's going to do. I don't know if he gets that, but hey, that's what he wants to do. I can't put a gun to his head. It's just pretty disappointing. That's where the problem lies. Although there is going to be a select portion of people within Steven Tyler's fan base that are interested in this album and liked Love Is Your Name, it doesn't compare to that of Aerosmith as a whole. Where do you think Tyler gets his recognition from in the first place? I mean, aside from American Idol when he was a judge there, but gives a shit. Aerosmith is clearly what the people are interested in. When I saw Aerosmith back in 2012, the turnout was massive. Aerosmith is one of those bands that appeal to people young and old. There were as many women at the show as there were men, and their songs stand the test of time, which is a trait that is quite rare in a lot of hard rock bands. Seeing Tyler pride his solo career the way Brad Whitford is portraying kind of seems like a punch to the face of the people who love Aerosmith's music, be they older fans or younger fans. Like I said about Buddy Nielsen, there's hardly anything that disappoints me quite like a musician spitting in the faces of his fans, especially when what we've heard so far from Tyler's country album is cheap and forgettable. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe this country album will take the industry by storm, and I'll listen to it and end up eating my words. That's all well and good, but that doesn't excuse the other problem I have here. Aerosmith had a tour planned for 2016, and their tour dates are now being canceled for Steven Tyler's precious solo career. When you have prior commitments made, you stick to those plans. This is such a retarded reason to cancel tour dates. You want to do country music? Fine, but don't throw away previously made commitments because of it. Steven Tyler should either wait for the tour with Aerosmith to finish before he does any solo touring, or maybe incorporate one or two of his solo songs into Aerosmith's set. It could serve as a nice way to demo and advertise the album, since it is going to be a big turnout at the show. Now, are the majority of the fans going to be interested? I doubt it, but you never know. You can't go wrong with this kind of a push. But don't cancel tour dates with the band that gave you worldwide recognition. That's not only unfair to the rest of the band, but it's also unfair to the fans. In my opinion, the only good reasons to cancel shows are either for deeply personal reasons, such as death, or if one of the members is sick or injured to the point where they have no choice but to cancel the show. The Foo Fighters are a great example of this. Last summer when Dave Jesus Grohl slipped on stage in Sweden and broke his leg, the Foos had no choice but to cancel the rest of their European tour. Although Dave did pull himself together enough to play the American leg in his big-ass throne, which was great for me since I could still go to the show I had tickets for, if the Foo Fighters had to completely cancel the tour in its entirety until Dave's leg healed, despite me being pissed that I wouldn't get to see one of the few musicians I truly look up to perform, it would have been for the best. I would have felt a lot better about that than I would be if he were to say, "Man, I can't tour with the Foos. I want to spend more time focusing on painting because I'm insane at painting. And the fans lead it up because I'm Dave Jesus Grohl. Just give everybody the refunds and I'll get to work on my next bitchin' painting. Good night, everybody." That would be ludicrous. If you have touring plans already made, you don't want to fuck the fans over or fuck the rest of the band over. That's what I take from this story with Steven Tyler. He's showing disrespect to the people that want to see him perform with Aerosmith. He has no real reason at all to cancel tour dates, unlike someone like Dave Grohl, who actually did have a good reason. In closing, if Steven Tyler wants to make a country album, fine. I don't care. But it's no reason to cancel previously made plans at the expense of your band and your fan base. Get your shit together and have a nice day. I'm Shades, and I'll see you next time.